Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Casper Network, or just Casper in general. I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody had a great night wherever you guys are. I hope everybody's having a great New Year's Eve. And I'm very excited for 2022, as you guys are probably all aware of, in terms of crypto adoption and pretty much, just Web 3.0 products being launched and pretty much Web 3.0 taken over. So I'm actually very excited just to see everything kind of unfold in 2022. I'm going to be here all along the way. And with all of that in mind, I definitely do want to talk to you guys a little bit about some Casper products that are out there. I want to talk to you guys a little bit more about Casper. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I just want to ask you guys to please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and I do greatly appreciate it. Now, with all of that in mind, I am watching Bitcoin closely, as you guys probably are all aware. Everybody's a little bit bearish, a little bit bullish, whatever the case may be. And if you guys did watch my recent videos from today, you probably all are aware of why Bitcoin pretty much is moving down like this. Yeah, it's a little bit of a pullback. It's probably expected, but also it's a lot of individuals kind of taking a little bit of a tax implication hit so that they could do a little bit of a write-off before they do make some major gains in 2022. Now, I'm actually excited for the market to do very good in 2022, because that means that we don't have to pay taxes on pretty much anything that we do profit in 2022 until 2023. And I'm actually very excited for Casper in 2022. I think that Casper definitely wants to run. I just think that the market right now currently is kind of holding it back from doing so. And I think that very soon we're going to see this actually change. We are seeing a little bit of a resistance hit at about 12 cents here. You guys do see that. But even if we look here, we are seeing a little bit of some resistance, being targeted here. We also are seeing, in general, we're still holding this nice little chop zone, or the demand zone, going all the way back to even August. And I think that it's actually fairly good to note that we still are seeing a lot of strength on Casper. We're not, seeing too much downtrend right now. Even in terms of Bitcoin dominance, we are at around 40% still. And I do suspect that Bitcoin dominance will actually have a nice impulse once Bitcoin does make its way back over 53K, which I suspect will happen in 2022. I think that January is going to be huge for crypto. But in general, for Casper, I think that we were ready to go. I think that we were ready to really fly on November 30th, before the market kind of did that little bit of a downtrend, which again, we broke some significant levels, but pretty much the entire market was pretty rough during this time. I think that it's good to note, though, that we're back to this nice demand channel. I think that it's nice to note that we're actually sitting on some strong support as well. As long as we hold the 702, I'm fine with that. If we do retest 9 cents, I'm aping it. Honestly, if we go down below the 702, I'm aping in anywhere down here. Like, I think that realistically speaking, anywhere between 9 cents and 10 cents is a strong buy for me on Casper. I think that Casper has a very bright future, especially if what we are seeing, happening right now comes to fruition, which is, for example, the explosion of Web3 products, the explosion of metaverse products, NFT projects as well. Right now, I don't think a lot of individuals are prepared to see what's happening in 2022. I see what's happening currently in the Web3 scene. We're even seeing a lot of individuals seeing, what is Web 3.0. A lot of people are trying to learn about it. A lot of people are trying to grasp the fact on what is Web3 anyways. And right now, in terms of the market capitalization, we're only at a $74.9 billion market cap for Web3 products. And you guys could see, year-to-date percentages on some of these are fairly large. Zio was one that I was in at a fraction of a penny. But a lot of these projects are also very interesting in terms of what they are focused on. And Casper in general, for me personally, is seriously undervalued for what it's focused on in terms of the Web 3.0 scene and what they're pretty much trying to build out. And we also have to realize and pretty much, remember that Casper is still fairly new in terms of their launch date. Casper themselves, said Casper is just getting started. Thanks to all the builders and supporters of our growing decentralized ecosystem, we're so excited for the journey and major announcements coming in 2022. We still have a lot left to fold in 2022, and just this year alone, we have seen a lot of things. Casper, pretty much launched their token sale in March of 2021. Okay, the mainnet launched, I believe, just this year alone in March, right? In March is when we seen Casper really go live. And since then, obviously they've announced some major partnerships with even Amazon Web Services, BitGo, IPWE. There's been so much growth happening within the Casper ecosystem, and it's, in my mind, I think that this is just going to continue and continue and continue. They have NFTs, they have Web 3.0 products, they are pretty much getting into the metaverse. I'm just excited to see all of this unfold, and I know that in 2022 we're going to see a lot more partnerships, we're going to see a lot more growth. Once the market sentiment kind of settles down a little bit, I think that Casper is set to run. I think that Casper is probably one of the strongest altcoins out there. I know we came down from these high figures up here, but if you were investing during this entire time where I was talking about Casper, I was talking about Casper since October, and I truly do believe that this is one of those assets that currently, at this point that we're at now, it is a fairly strong buy, but I think that we could come down just a little bit lower if we do break the 702. That's what I'm focused on currently, but again, I think that we're at a strong accumulation point. I think that this is a strong buy zone, and I think that the upside potential here is very, very good. I've always said in terms of the weekly chart, let's actually look at the weekly chart here. This is pretty much the weekly chart. It has a ton of upside potential, especially if we can get back to those nice little zones going all the way back to pretty much the initial token sale. And I do suspect that we will. But overall, I definitely am focused on, the ecosystemal growth. I've always talked to you guys about the ecosystem growth, and we are seeing that actually happen still. Nothing has slowed down in terms of the ecosystemal growth. Even going back to December 22nd with Ferrum, I talked to you guys about this. DevXDAO is actually fairly large in terms of what they're focused on, because this is all Web 3.0 grants to build out Web 3.0 products. And I think that this is going to be very exciting to see what comes from this. We even see our Emerging Tech Association, and this is pretty much how all the funds will go into this. And we're also going to see a lot more products being launched in terms of the Web 3.0 scene, and I'm just excited to see those actually happen. We have been seeing a lot more happen within the Web 3.0 scene and the NFT scene and all that kind of stuff. But this portal was actually very interesting in terms of what they're focused on, collaborate with the world's top decentralized developers. And of course, there is Casper grants here. Like, if you click this and pretty much open this, you could register and pretty much just, get a grant to build out Casper pretty much products on the Casper ecosystem. So I think that this is definitely going to be something that really sparks up in 2022 as Web 3.0 becomes pretty large. You can pretty much see more things with Casper. You could testnet registration, bounty registration, grants registration, and you could see your grants. I think that this is going to be very exciting. And all of the projects that are built within this, there's a ton of them. This is the number of how many there are. There's 397. And you can pretty much see the type of grant, and they're simple, and there's also grants. You could also see the forum name, and there's so much more left to actually happen. I think NFTs, Web 3.0, and all that kind of stuff is definitely going to be heightened in 2022. We also seen Robot Cash being built out, which I think that this is very exciting. Similar to if anybody does do PC gaming, I'm sure that you're probably all aware of like Valve products. Like, for example, if you guys did buy anything on Steam, this is pretty much Steam except decentralized. I think that this needs a little bit of an update because you guys could see how slow it is a little bit. But overall, I think that this is very exciting. I think that we need more things like this in terms of a decentralized pretty much marketplace for gaming, and this is all powered by Casper Labs. Robot Cash will let PC gamers play, earn rewards, and sell games on the Casper network. So, that play and earn sort of idea, like, I think that that's very exciting because we've seen a lot of those gaming, pretty much assets spark massive gains from them having that nice play and earn sort of mechanism. And I think that this is going to be very exciting. I've talked to you guys a little bit about this, but I think that this is just exciting in terms of what we could essentially see. And we do see here, through Robot Cash's PC game distribution platform, gamers will soon be able to buy, play, and sell games while earning rewards on Casper Network in over 150 countries. So this is fairly large. Then, of course, in terms of Threefold and Casper Labs partnered to scale opportunity for enterprises everywhere. So the reason why Threefold is actually fairly interesting because not only are they focused on Web3 environments and access to all developers and all that kind of stuff, we also see this, right? Join the peer-to-peer revolution. Powered by the Threefold blockchain, the people's internet is the layer 0 infrastructure for open source P2P internet owned by humanity. This is incredible because I talk about Web3 all the time. We even see, expand the people's internet and earn TFT, decentralize your data and workloads as well, built by the humanity for people or for, built by the people for humanity, sorry. This is all going to be exciting because this is a fairly large blockchain. Now operational, 71,000 or 71, I don't know, I think that this is a little bit of a mistake, maybe 7,180 PP capacity, 1,506 nodes, 26,897 cores, and 57 countries. So this grid's fairly large. They have an incredible team behind them, and of course, our greatest strength comes from our partners. Look at the many partners, and this is just this is just a few. Like there's so many more. But of course, with Casper Labs, I think that this is going to really be a very exciting partnership. There's a ton of things in the ecosystem. You could pretty much read their partners and their alliance, but there has to be more to this. I think that there's going to be a lot more Web3 products being launched. And in terms of Web3, the adoption for it hasn't even truly started yet. And now that Casper is live on the mainnet, we look forward to collaborating with Threefold to deliver a truly scalable, secure, and decentralized IT infrastructure for enterprise organizations building innovative blockchain-based solutions. All of these major partnerships, similar to Hedera, similar to pretty much anything that I talk about in terms of these ecosystem growths, like for example the XRP ledger with XRP, all of these major use cases provide value to Casper. And I think that this is one of those projects that you're going to want to keep a close eye out on in 2022 because we've seen Web3 and NFTs, be a little bit focused on in 2021, but I don't think that they've got, the clear, cut and dry pretty much adoption that we wanted. Yeah, sure, a lot of these projects have made some, very exciting gains. Like, this is pretty much I would say the top two are pretty much the ones that got most of the attention, like Zio and Flux. But I think that there's still a lot more left in the tank for Web3 adoption and NFTs. And I still think that when we're talking about, a lot of the retail demand for a lot of these major projects, I think that that's going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And I'm just excited to see where Casper pretty much leads the way, being, the enterprise and developer grade asset of choice for a lot of these major use cases. And like I said, 2021 was incredible for Casper. Launching in March, they had a little bit of a late start to the game. But I think that this year truly is going to be the year for Web3 and NFTs to really kind of explode out on the scene. But Web3 in general, I think is going to be very large. And I think that that all leads us back to Casper being a leading name in the game for Web3. And I'm just excited to see that come to fruition. So with that in mind, I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this video. That's been Nick. Peace out, guys.